YouTube. I'm getting ready for another big one this time. Not large in diameter, but tall. My wife sent me some inspiration pieces off of Pinterest to try to recreate. It's kind of wide at the bottom and a narrow neck, and then it bulges out, and then it goes up, and then it bulges out before it gets to the top of the mouth. Just calling this like a funky vase or something like that. Got a bunch of leftover wood from my previous turns. Some 3/4 inch walnut, some 3/4 inch maple, some 1/2 inch walnut, some cherry. So this is gonna be the wood that I use to put this next piece together. So please come along with me, and we'll see how I can do with this funky vase. There, all the strips are cut. Next batch will be setting up for the wedgies. And you can see I got all my notes to make sure I cut all my wood the right way. Everything's labeled. I hope it turns out as good as it is in life as it is in my head. Well, you can see there's no wood strips left. Lots of dust on the floor. Wedgie sled. And over here, the basic shape of that funky vase. It's about 20 inches tall, maybe 20 and a half. Probably be closer to 20 by the time I get everything flattened down after glue up. So I'm thinking some of this section has to go and some of this section has to go, because I don't think it's flowing right. I think it looks like it's just like jammed together. So I'm gonna pull some of these rings out, a couple of these rings out, and change that shape a bit, and we'll see how it looks. I think that's a little bit better. I'll have to ask my wife. She's the one with the aesthetics and the design input for this particular one, but I think that one looks better. I'll show her both and get her thoughts. Refine the shape. Got some of the rings to make it have a better flow throughout. So I think it's gonna look way better now that it looked kind of wonky before. Anyways, so the next step after I have it all flattened out, the next step is to just get it glued up. Glue it up in sections, turn a few rings, go on the next section, turn a few rings, till I get the whole inside turned, and then turn the outside. Go ahead and get the rings all glued up. I've got everything flattened, so it should glue together nicely. I've got the insides of these two turned, sanded, and finished. So I'm gonna throw some light glue here. Try to keep it from going inside as best I can. And it's the disadvantage of doing it this way is I don't get to see the, if I get any squeeze out in there. If I do this right, the glue won't. I just stay away from that edge. Get it all the way out here. Because this is narrower than, oh, you know, in theory this will work. Really liking the shape of it. Two different species of walnut on there. Like a Peruvian walnut and then the black walnut. And that's all ambrosia maple. So anyways, let this set and dry and we'll we'll turn the outside. Today's last day, and I'm gonna obviously get this all turned nice and smooth. These the maple color, I'm gonna do some experimentation with color this time, and we'll see how that turns out. This ring, this top ring right here, may or may not survive the full turning. I may end up just turning that away and having a white top. We'll see how it goes, because I don't like the way this ring center lined up with this, and I don't know how much wood is there, if I can actually make it look nice. So let me get this spun up and we'll get to turning. So I repositioned the camera to get the last of the turning, and I forgot to hit start. So you guys missed a good chunk of this, and I apologize. You missed me get a couple of catches here. You missed the shaping. Anyways. Okay, I'm gonna hit record now. And you guys just get to catch the last little bit of this. I apologize. But what are we gonna do? I'm gonna try to deal with these catches here and here. And that's because I was kind of lazy when I made the base. Instead of making it segmented, I made it out of 2 pieces. And I'm catching end grain here and here. So light passes, and hopefully that fixes it. So now's the time for the experimentation. I think it looks great now. We're gonna see what I'm gonna do with this coming up. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tape off the edges of the walnut. And I have this VooDoo gel stain by Dixie Belle. My wife and I sell it on our website. I'll put a link to the description in below. If you're interested in giving this product a test drive, we'll see how it turns out. It's a water-based gel stain, and then it's gonna turn somewhere in that color, and kind of works with the brown. After I get the stain on, I'll let it dry, then we'll give it a light sanding, and I'll go over the whole thing with some wax to give it a finish. Anyways, we'll see how it turns out. Wish me luck. Instructions say shake well, and what you do is you paint it on, then wipe it off. And the more coat you put on, the darker the color. I know, you're all thinking, what are you doing staining the maple? Oh my God. Well, sometimes you gotta do something a little different. And that's what I'm doing. It's okay to stain and paint hardwood. And I didn't spend a lot of money on this wood either, so now you're gonna say, well, what about the cost of wood, blah, blah, blah. You pay, Rockler puts their wood on sale once or twice a month. And if you pay attention, you can get some wood cheap. Like this board of ambrosia maple that I'm using, that I've used on a few different projects, I spent $24 on. So it was cheap. I've got 3-4 projects out of that piece of wood. So there's maybe $9, $8 worth of hardwood in here. Now, they never put their walnut on sale. You know, that walnut board that I use was like $45, but I've used it on 3 or 4 projects. So again, it's 3 or 4. I mean, it is $45. Don't get me wrong, it's not free, but if you're in the wood turning hobby, you spend money. I wish we all didn't have to, but not free. It's not free. And the 2 different color and the 2 different types of maple on here are going to stain differently too. Hard maple, ambrosia maple. All right, so we're back here, and as I suspected, the grain did pop a little bit from applying the gel stain, so I'm gonna hit it with some 400 grit just to knock that back down, and then we'll get a finish applied on here, probably just a hard wax, and I'll spin this at a low RPM. After I get this knocked down, I'll take the tape off. finish this off with X polishing wax. So I think that'll be a good finish on here. Nice clear wax. There you have it, folks. I think it turned out pretty awesome. First time dabbling with any color. Stain that maple with the VooDoo gel stain from Dixie Belle. I like it. I like the shape. A little bit of experimentation with ring width varied throughout the piece, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch. Multiple species, walnut, maple, and two different kinds of walnuts, 2 different kinds of maples. Anyways, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. This was kind of a long one, but I appreciate you coming along for the ride. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks.